Hey, good afternoon. Maria back with another video. It's 4:49, and I just dropped something and it ended up the couch, and now I'm like obsessed about finding it right when I start my video. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I wanted to do a quick video response to a comment that I got. Where is it? You know it, I lose something. Here it is, right in front of my face. God, I'm always losing stuff. Anyway, it is 4:46, and I believe it's Monday, okay? Monday, one of the worst days, whether I'm working or not. Not a good day on Monday. Anyway, this particular person wrote a comment, and his name is John Davis IV, which I have to say I'm impressed with those kind of names because, you know, it shows generation. It's generational. You know, like everyone in that family has the same name. That's pretty awesome. Okay, but anyway, he says it's not a race issue. It's an awakening issue. They target anyone that is waking up to their game. And I believe he was responding to a video that I posted. It's called The Truth is Obvious. And, yeah, I would say that in a lot of cases it's not race issues. In my case, I believe it did start off as a racial issue based on something that I told my husband many years ago, 16 years ago. Was it 16 or 17 years ago? Anyway, it's so long ago, I think it's not even worth talking about. But anyway, in my case it was, okay? And often, basically what the issue is that people are basically wreaking havoc in people's lives for any reason at this point. In my case, it started off as a racial issue. I also believe it's a woman's issue, and it just spiraled into something else. It's becoming very easy for people to, you know, go in and with the cooperation of other companies and employers and whatnot, to basically harass you, you know, and that's my point. And it's not, you know, people get targeted for all kinds of reasons. Some women, a lot of women, in general, whatever your racial background is, whether if you're single, that can put you in a target, make you a target. If you have a different religious view, you know, than the majority of the people around you, that can make you a target. If you do something that's just different, anything that makes you different can put you on this particular harassment type in this particular program. So it's not, for a lot of people, it's not a racial issue, okay? But in my particular situation, it did indeed start off as a racial issue. And but my main point about this is that whatever the issue of a person's targeting, nobody deserves to be in a situation like that. Nobody deserves to have their life modified, changed, or destroyed because of any reason. I mean, you know, most of the things that people target you for are petty disagreements, you know, that are not illegal, okay? So, I mean, like, you know, in order to handle situations that are illegal, these people would be considered criminals, okay? It's not a crime to be different. It's not a crime for maybe a person to practice, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, like the Shinto faith or something, I don't know, among other people who are of a different religion, especially here in the United States, okay? So whatever reason people are getting targeted, whether it's for their race, their religion, their sex, meaning, you know, whether they're a single female of any background, nobody deserves to be treated that way, okay? We have laws in place for our protection, and so the biggest issue is it's not even so much people who are waking up. Some people think, you know, like to associate it with people who have like a higher knowledge, or some people who have more socially aware than other people. I would say, you know, anytime you have alternative views, okay, on anything, you know, that could stir the pot, okay, but it's basically targeting anyone who they feel is a threat or somebody who's different. And like I said, it really boils down to the behavior of the perpetrators, you know. because they don't realize that they're in the wrong, regardless of, the social backing that they have. They might be in a group of thousands. In my situation, I believe that I'm talking probably in a group of millions, okay? Especially if this went around the United States and the rest of the world via Facebook and whatnot. There was a time where I felt like I was facing millions of people, even though, I didn't have contact with. I can feel this tension, this sort of stuff. It's not necessarily about being awake. It is in some cases, like I said, some people who have, like for example, and I'm not saying I agree with the flat earthers, okay, and I'm not saying I disagree with flat earthers, okay. All I'm saying is that, people, for example, people who believe in the flat earth theory, okay, oftentimes because they have the belief that the earth is flat, they're going to get targeted, okay. Even though it's stupid. I mean, I would think that just because my neighbor thinks that the earth is flat, I would shrug my shoulders and be like, oh, okay, whatever. But that can piss people off, And so anybody who has a different mindset than anyone else, it makes people feel threatened. And I think it's really silly, and I think it's really stupid, okay? But I don't necessarily believe that it's for one specific purpose. It's for a wide, varied reasons why people get targeted. Sometimes it could be a fellow coworker that you're working with, and they just didn't like you, and they want to create problems, and they get the cooperation of other people to wreak havoc in your life, And so really the issue is basically it all really goes down to the people who are doing the wrong, okay? Because everybody has the right to live their life however they want to. They can, there can be single women, there could be, people who practice whatever religious beliefs they want to, especially in this country. And it really boils down to people being able to behave themselves and learning to mind their own manners, mind their own business, and also realizing that regardless of what they think and how much people are behind it, that they are truly the criminals is basically what it is, okay? So there's a lot of work to be done when it comes to activism, making people aware of this particular program, okay? There's even white men, okay, who are targeted, okay? Some of them are what you would call, awake, socially awake. They may have alternative views. They might be slightly autistic or whatever. This is happening to a lot of white men, okay? So I don't want to make it sound like it's all about race. In my particular situation, okay, I was targeted based on race initially, okay? And that was my reason for being targeted, okay? For other people, it might be the fact that they might have a different faith. They might have, I was also targeted for my religious beliefs or whatever, which I was the one who was right. But anyway, these sort of things, whatever the case is, is that, people are just, whatever. It's like people are running amok and taking advantage of the opportunities of directing hatred towards anybody that they want to. You know what I mean? And I think it's that's really more the issue. That's my personal opinion, okay? There are several reasons, like I said, and it's not just about race. But in my situation, it is, okay? So I'm not sure if this person is John Davis the Fourth was was really familiar with my entire videos, or if he's watched them all 600 some odd videos or whatever. But, I think I go into it a lot, and it kind of explains my situation. And each target has their own situation, okay? But, the tactics that the perpetrators use are pretty much all the same, okay? But the reasons exactly why we get into the program are all varied. I know quite a few white women who are in this program, okay? Their reasons might be something similar to mine, could be completely different than mine, but whatever the case is, and whether you're male, female, or whatever background you come from, nobody has the right to enact that sort of rage against another person. So I'm going to wrap up this video, and I will be back with another one later. Have a wonderful day.